Hey, welcome back. LMT Day, Mini LMT Day, I guess. So I got the Treal beadlocks for this bad boy. These are super nice and way light. Very cool. I got foam inserts, new tires, just stock replacements. But yeah, these wheels look fantastic. So super excited to get these mounted up. Some of the other things that I added onto this that I haven't shown was a little more Treal bling. So we got the gear cover on and the link set. So definitely getting this thing sturdied up. That's a lot of green right now. That's a lot of green. Look at that. But some of the improvements that you'll see if you do the lower skid trans mount is that the cradle in here for the center diff is one piece instead of two plastic pieces that bolt in. So it is underneath this cover, it's all one piece. So really good to see that. Really, all of these add-ons are just to improve gear stability, is what I like to call it. It just keeps gears meshing right. You know, plastic has its movements, and as I add more weight in anticipation for some more power, yeah, getting all that stuff knocked out. On the front end, I am running a 179 Reefs Smart micro servo, which without a servo saver, doing great. Been beating it around here in the basement on the carpet and haven't had any issues or any wants or needs. So yeah, on to some beadlocks. I love a good moment of discovery. So if you're doing this conversion and you order the tires from Losi, the part number, let's see, not really written on the header tag. It's just monster truck, left, right, Mini LMT. Oh, there it is, Los 41042. It does include the foams, so the foams are already inside, which, happy surprise, I didn't need to order these, but having another set of foams on hand never hurts. One of the other things, these wheels do have a replaceable hex. So if you're looking, maybe in the future, Treal will release offsets for this. So if you want to widen your truck out a little bit, maybe that's in the future. Or if that's something that you want, let Treal know. Use their website or reach out on the Facebook fans page and let them know you want wideners for the beadlock wheels, and maybe we'll see them in the future. But pretty cool nonetheless. Putting these together, we'll see how this goes. Not really sure on what their intentions are for these, but yeah, looks like the whole center goes inside. And always try and do the large formats first. One, it's a little easier on my hands. Two, kind of get you ready for the smaller, tougher size. And get these seated in here. Got a rim lined up. Yeah, kind of lined up. There we go. A little bit better. And I give you tons of hardware, as well as the hardware for the center hub. But we'll get a couple of these started in here. And we are working with 2mm hardware, so you definitely want to use hand tools. to get this put together. Don't recommend, and I'm a power driver guy, and I'm not on 2mm hardware, not by any stretch. But I like to get 3 of these in, just to kind of equalize the pressure around the rim, make sure that the bead is sitting and seating without issue. And as you go through these, I'm just going to assemble one of them here for the video, and I'll put the other ones together. But just make sure you remember you have directional tires, so make sure you know which. If you build all 4 of them the same, you're going to have 2 of them to rebuild at some point. But it looks like it's drawing it down pretty good. The beadlock ring isn't flexing at all. So I've known some lesser brands to do, and I just popped a screw. So even with using a 1.5 hand driver, I definitely popped that screw in that hole. So let's pull this thing back apart and see if there's enough to grab. So these tires are stiff, but they're not super stiff, so I don't really know why it would be breaking a screw. But it happens. So maybe running down 6 of them equally until the bead seats might be a better avenue of approach for me here. Let's get this ring back out. Where did it pop off? She's pretty flush. So let's see if I can get that screw out, or if I'm just going to have an extra. This tire off there. Yeah, she's pretty low. Let's see. Pair of needle nose. Okay, so it's not tight in there, so it will come out. Just take it little by little. I had it threaded in there pretty far, so we'll see how long this will take. Let me focus on this, and we'll come back when I get it out. Alright, I got it out. So here is the broken piece. So we'll set that off to the side. It's a good thing they give you tons of them, I guess. So let's try this one more time. And see how it goes. And it's, you know, not uncommon to break small screws. I mean, I'm not gonna flame anybody or any company for breaking a small screw. But it happens. That bead is certainly thick, though. Open up our long screw assortment here. Because I got obviously a ton of these to do. So we don't want to be breaking them on every wheel, that's for sure. this is a lot of beadlock screws for a relatively low power truck. So, and honestly, this is a bling thing more than it is a functionality thing. I don't think that the glue on tires are ever going to come off of the factory rims. And yeah, it's an aesthetics thing. Like, this is what I want to see, so this is what I bought. And yes, I do buy these. They are not sent to me. You can kind of feel when these get tight down toward their bottom as I go around. So slow but steady, steady but slow, slow but sure, whatever, however you want to say it. That's pretty much how we're going to approach these, knowing what we got. Just makes for a longer install, that's all. At this point, I'm getting less than 1/8 of a turn, so I'd say that they're seated. So let's get the other ones in. Be a little bit quicker with this batch because I'm not drawing anything together now. So if you think that these are a huge waste of money, time, effort, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear from you guys as I slowly approach 800 subscribers. I'm sure your opinions are vast and different. I'd like to hear back from you. I know I do a lot of unnecessary modifications to a lot of my RCs, but it's just kind of what I like to do. And that green looks good. That finish is spectacular on these. I'm getting very little turn on these, if any at all. I think we're going to call it there and we'll work on the fronts. So this might be a little more tricky. Getting this centered up. Let's see what happens when we throw the bead ring in. Kind of like old school beadlocks here. Getting them in. And of course, getting the ring clocked to the to the screw holes is always fun. A little bit better orientation here. A lot closer. And this is actually very relaxing for me. Although it does, yeah, it does take up some time, but a little hand-eye coordination thing going on here. Might be about time for me to replace these drivers though. They're getting a little worn. I definitely put a lot of time on them. I think this is the safest way to do them, is every other screw hole, and you can see the gap close as you bring them in. You can see that gap get closer and closer. As manufacturers come up with different tires for these, I would probably only ever install half of these screws until I found a tire or foam combination that I would stick with for any amount of time, and then finish putting all the beadlock screws in. Okay, they're all in. We'll run in these other ones. And really, until other tires are made, I'm perfectly happy doing this. And honestly, for the amount that these beadlocks cost, I'll probably just get another set to mount up different tires too. That's an option. Really think of that. I mean, if I'm going to take them apart and I had the money, why wouldn't I just put another set of beadlocks on? That way I could swap wheels and tires at will. I don't even know Will. Anybody know a Will? Guess I do know a Will. Welcome to how my brain works. This is painful, man. I can't imagine sitting there watching somebody put beadlocks together. Thank you guys. Appreciate you watching. You probably missed that because you fast forwarded past that. Alright, there we go. A beadlock. Let's see if we can get this hex in here. A cheat. Yep, I definitely cheat. I'll put these together. Get this thing lined up. Makes me regret taking that one bolt out that they had in there. And just so you know, when they come out of the box, there's one bolt in there, so you don't just put the other 5 in. No, you don't have to do what I'm about to do, which is drop a screw every 10 seconds. invest in some 2mm scale hardware. That would make it even more frustrating to put together. But still be fun. It'd be good luck. Kind of excited to see how these look on there with the polished wheel rather than that matte gray of the factory wheel. Maybe we'll jump to that right after I get this one assembled. That way you can get a sneak peek before the final reveal of all the wheels assembled and installed. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. It's 4mm. Oh yeah, I must say, that's a big difference. I mean, going from that gray wheel to that polished kind of wakes her up a little bit, makes her look a little sportier, a little racier. So, all right, I'll be back when I get them all done and we'll do a final review. All right, we're back. We're done. That was about a half hour-ish with a break in there to assemble all that goodness. So, yeah, they definitely look fantastic. So, I'm super pumped, pleased with that addition. I did not vent the tires on these. So, the stock wheel has vents. Actually 4 vent holes in there to let the air in and out. So maybe these will be my wet weather. I don't know. I'll see how they do on without being vented. Otherwise, it's not too hard to just pinch the tire and put some vent holes in the tire itself. Because I'm not drilling through those rims. They look too pretty. So yeah, there's the LMT and only one broken screw throughout the entire install once I learn my lesson. I definitely suggest when you tighten the bead down is every other screw going around the pattern and take them down, and you can watch the beads start to close in. When they feel tight, stop, move to the next screw, don't force it. These tires have a really thick bead and it doesn't do well. The rings are super thick, so they don't have any flex in them, which is probably why I broke the screws. I was trying to do it like a normal beadlock ring, and these are much thicker, even though they're smaller. And couple that with M2 hardware, it's it's not very big hardware at all to take a lot of torque. So just be careful with them. Like I said, I only broke one screw, and I got plenty of extras, both for the centers and the exterior beadlocks. They send you plenty of screws. Treal's always good about sending you plenty of hardware, whether you need it or not, whether you want it or not, they give it to you. So there we go. I want to continue running this. If you're looking for the weights of what the beadlocks are comparison wise, I saw a few people post up on the Facebook page the difference in weights, and they're honestly not that much. They're very lightweight beadlocks. They're machined very well and pretty comparable to the plastics with durability and everything else. Oh, and one other moment of discovery. The way the tires are packaged, you can't really assemble them wrong. It's a front and a rear in each package, and my inexperience with split rings, you can't put the tire on backwards. So I'm an idiot. So call myself out for that one. You can't really go wrong putting them on without, you know, messing up tread patterns. So, anywho, that'll do it for this one. And thanks for watching. And like, subscribe, share, ring the notification dinger thingy. I got a lot more stuff coming up here soon, and I want you to be a part of it with me. So, thanks for watching. Bye.